Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to finish up the list of things to do in terms of reorganising and decluttering, but mainly it's reorganising this time through the whole apartment. Today I'm going to do the fridge. Last week I did the pantry, and the fridge is sort of an automatic, roll on from that. If you're new to my channel, I'm Deirdre, and this is the sort of thing I do, but Vlogmas is coming up, so if you would like to follow along as I take you through each day of the first 25 days of December, then please subscribe and follow along and share it with anybody that you think might be interested. It's really hot here still, so I've had to wait for the aircon to turn down to dry mode where it just ticks over a little bit and it's not roaring anymore. Oh, it's been a really hot week, more than a week really. I'm getting a bit sick of it. I'd like a nice cool evening to cool everything down. So far, no luck there. Been really humid, so I'm looking all frizzy, and that's what it's about. But having said that, it's it's summer. There's cricket on the TV, so you have no idea what it's taken for me to get in front of the camera on this lazy Sunday afternoon, because there's cricket to watch, and it's the Ashes. That means, for those of you in America or anywhere else in the world that doesn't follow cricket, though I hate to think about it, that's the absolute pinnacle of competition between Australia and England. It's cricket. What can I say? You're either addicted or you're not. But I have dragged myself away, sort of. It's just there on TV. I've dragged myself away, and I'm going to go and open my fridge and give it a good clean out and get it reorganized, and let's see what you think. So here I am back in my kitchen and ready to start using some of these things in reorganizing my fridge. I'll talk to you about it as I go, but I went and grabbed a few more containers. I know that just the other ones weren't working, and I have some fresh things that I need to pop into there. So the inside at the moment is not rivetingly wonderful. There's sort of yogurts and things on top, cheeses, condiment things, butter. They had them on special, so ended up with a pile of that. This is what I used to use in the big fridge before, and as sort of the meat, to keep the meat corralled. So I'm going to have to rethink that. These ones I just put in there because I thought, well, they match, and but I may in fact end up using those in the office for stationery and that as well. Then crisper, oh, we won't look in there, and that one's empty. And the freezer down below is actually, the freezer's okay. It's because it's quite small, it's super easy to organise. So the top one is meat, and the second one is frozen fruits and things, my addiction. Frozen cherries. Please note there's no ice cream in there, because if there was, I would eat it. And the bottom one is actually very shallow. That's as far out as it comes. And it's full of things like frozen broccoli and beans and things. In fact, I've just seen something I will get rid of. This, I'm sorry Coles, but this was truly revolting. So that's going out. But everything else in there is fine. And that's, when I'm going to come in and just want something quick and easy to eat, and pop something in the roasting dish and roast it up. So that's actually okay. This, however, needs a good clean. Everything comes out, I do a quick wipe down, and then I reorganise it as I put it back. Now for the inside of the fridge, of course, I'm just going to use vinegar, very, very mild vinegar and water, and a tiny drop of liquid detergent, and just give it a quick spray. Okay, so now I've got to sort out how this can best go back in. I know it always looks terrible, doesn't it? It actually was quite clean because I do keep things corralled. I mean, like the cheese is in a container. It's not in a sealed box though, which it probably could afford to be. And like the bacon is, but it takes up to space. Anyway, I'm going to show you what I'm going to use all the other things that I got today for. I've got to organise them in the refrigerator first. And here's the way it looks. Now the door hasn't changed. I've still got mustards and tahini and pickles, Branston pickles for boxing. They even call them Boxing Day pickles at this time of the year. And then various sorts of nice yummy mustards. Down here I've got my vitamins. It's just that it's handy. They don't have to be in the refrigerator, but they are. And there's a salsa. This is just a quick and easy thing. Up here I've got a box with cheese in it. A couple of empty ones because that one will be for grated cheese, and this teeny weeny one, which is incredibly cute. I mean, really, if you're going to have a cute bit of plastic, that sort of plastic cute, that's going to be for my dressing for my salads during the week at work. Up the top I've got dairy things. I've got a box with some block butter in it for baking, and these ones, as I said, this was on special and that's my favourite butter, and it doesn't go off, it's all sealed, so it's up there, it's looking good. Down here I've got yogurt, great Greek yogurt, really good quality, and this is what I do with my strawberries. I wash them, hull them and pop them in a box so I can grab and go. Down here I've just got some olives because they were leaking, they're oily, and some chia seeds and walnuts. I do need some more nuts in here. Down here I've got the things we looked at earlier, got some pesto, got that Greek peanut butter we talked about last week, gherkins, and oh, of course, yay, caper berries. Does anybody remember Bridget Jones' Diary, the first one? God, I can't eat them without laughing. The soup. The blue soup. Now down here, this is my meat tray, so whether I'll need it down the track, probably not, but for now I'll leave it because Christmas is coming and there will be things there. So I've just used these long boxes, this long box for bacon, and this one will be for things like, you know, if I have sliced chicken or some if I pull apart a chicken and a roasted chicken and use it for lunch, that's where I will keep it. Over here I've got some of these long skinny boxes that I put the fruit in. That's my Philip Roth moment. The fridge and Philip Roth's, that wonderful coming of age novella that I can't remember the name of. And then in here I've got what I will have tonight, which is some asparagus. I've got raspberries in here, and they never last long enough to really need anything special done to them. The tomatoes, a box full of lettuce which I've washed, a couple of cucumbers fit along the front, and it's my fridge telling me to shut it. And then down here I've just got some, because I keep them in here, I can actually get to them. I'm much better off if they're loose, but I don't want them loose actually in the tray. So I've just washed some bok choy and spring onions, and I've just got a little jar of chopped up carrots. Now these are empty, but they won't be for long, because what I have been doing with bigger ones that didn't fit in the fridge was just layering them up with salads and grabbing them for work. And even if I'm home, it's just so nice to have a fresh salad waiting. I don't have to think about it. I can add some chicken, I can add some cheese, I can add some, you know, hummus, you know, anything like that, and suddenly there's a meal. I should put the tiny little, there we are, I'll put the tiny little dressing box down here with them. But that's, and then store them back in here so that the empty ones are clean and ready to be refilled. That's the refrigerator done. I'm quite happy with it. There'll be some little tweaks along the way, I'm sure. I'm really hot and ready for a cup of tea and sit down and watch the cricket, which is going really well for Australia. Just saying. Anyway, so I'm going to do that and get this edited and get it up. So I'll be back midweek with my last one of, hey, it's the last video of November. Who can believe that? And then we're into Vlogmas. So if you'd like to follow along with that in the next month, please subscribe. And there's a playlist of decluttering when I'm going to talk about that, because in I'm going to talk about zone cleaning and my process for doing that in January. I hope that whatever you're doing this week, you're having a wonderful time, and I will see you soon. Bye.